Kia ora whānau, across the whole of Aotearoa, we are all sharing an extraordinary experience. Lockdown. No gigs, no hanging out with mates, no sport, and no takeaways. And although I understand the importance of staying home to save lives, it's still bloody hard. So I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. So with the help of Youthline, we're going to create some videos where I talk to some friends and experts on how they're dealing with lockdown. And hopefully they will have some tools that will help. Today I'm talking to Jo Madsen from Youthline. Jo is isolating with her husband, dad and brother in their whare in Auckland. Kia ora, Jo, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
So what are people calling Youthline about, especially in this lockdown period?
Yeah, so there has been a huge spike in calls, actually. So many more people calling us. And one thing they're calling us for is to talk to someone outside of their bubble. So you could feel really trapped in your bubble and feel like you don't have many people to talk to. Also, when you're feeling really anxious and there's a lot of stuff on the news that can be really panic-inducing, I guess. And that's also why people come to have some reassurance.
This is the most still I have ever been. In the last 11 years, my life and my job requires me to travel constantly. I'm always on the go. So to be isolated and locked down for a whole month is definitely the biggest challenge. And I found myself in some deep moments thinking, like, what is my purpose in life? Like, you know, we get these overwhelming emotions, and because we're all human, doesn't matter how strong we think we are, we're all human. We all feel the same kind of things. What are some, I guess, tools to help get through, stages of anxiety, or how can you help us in that way?
One of the things I kind of tell people is to think about being in the present. Just think about the next hour and not necessarily think about the whole 30 days because that can feel really overwhelming. Another thing is just breathing and slowing down. Like, anxiety is a really quick emotion. It makes us really go really fast. So we always want to respond really quickly or kind of panicky to it. So sometimes I'm like, slow down your bodies. You don't need to do things really quickly. Just take your time and take some space for yourself.
Yeah, I think people forget that it's actually the little things, eh? It could be like, I'm going to make breakfast this morning. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to work out. Oh, working out. Oh, come on, somebody help me with that. I did 2 days and I finished, but I'm going to try it today. Maybe. Being isolated, in a house, like there's 6 of us here. I'm actually really blessed that I've been isolated and my bubble is with incredible people. For those people who are struggling with, with maybe the people, or like they're finding it hard, they're clashing with people, what are some tools to help them if they are struggling in their kind of their bubble?
I think some tools are, one is, if you can communicate that, talk about it, speak up about it, speak to someone that you feel safe with in your household that, hey, this is getting too much. I'm just can't deal with this anymore. This is way too overwhelming. So if you can communicate or talk about it to someone in your house, do that. Another one is go for walks. As many walks as you can. Like, try and get out of the house, get into your garden. If you have one, find a really quiet space in your house, that kind of space where you can feel like you can be in your own world for a bit and not feel like you're surrounded by so many people.
Because that like alone time is actually really important, eh?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I want to normalize that it's really normal to want alone time. And I think we always need alone time, right? Because often when we're around people, we're always wanting to focus on their needs or the other people's around us needs. And sometimes we need to focus on our needs. Another thing is headphones. Headphones is a really good option, so turning up your music loud.
Well, thanks so much, Jo, for joining us today in lockdown. I really appreciate you coming along and chatting with me, and thank you for all the work that you do with Youthline. You're changing people's lives, and we appreciate you. You're on.